Anybody who does that, I'm gonna haunt you.
Oh.
Don't put me in those.
I'd love a haunting. You know, they'll pay $1 million for actual proof of paranormal activity.
Who?
That guy. He's had that challenge for years. No,
Yeah.
there's an actual guy who's had that challenge for years.
I
That if you
think-
can prove any kind of
James Randi is his name.
Yeah.
There's an old O&A video O&A that I watched of him and this guy James Randi, he might be dead now. I don't even know, but he was so old that he was being interviewed and it like flashback to a clip of him from like 1971, and he's old as shit in 1971.
Yep.
And it was this like, gong show fucking nonsense. And this, mystical Adam comes out in his parachute pants and his like Aladdin hat and his jingling things. And, it wasn't like modern day. It was like they would set these people up to get humiliated. Now it feels like if someone goes on Jimmy Fallon and they're like, Mr. Pratt, someone's here from your high school and they've got a funny story to tell, and Chris Pratt will be like, oh my goodness, is it Johnny, get out here, and it's clearly scripted, like clearly set up. This was before they do that, and it was this TV show, very popular. And this guy's whole business, his livelihood for himself, his family, his wife, his kids, is being a magic man. And his like big claim to fame was like he lays open a phone book and he lays it on a table and he goes like, looks at it with focus, squatting down, looking directly kind of right at it, and he goes, and then a couple pages turn and everybody's, oh wow, oh my god, and the magic man stands up and he has no idea anything's coming. And the host of the show's like, well, you didn't lie. That was really impressive. Let's give another hand for Magic Man. Now, something we didn't tell you prior to the show. I'm sure you're familiar with James Randi. Now, James Randi makes his bones going around the country challenging anyone to prove that magic exists. Now, for you, that would be no problem at all. It would be no problem at all. I'm happy to do it in front of him. We got a surprise, Mr. Randi. Come on out. He comes out, and all that James Randi does is like, the guy asked, so I think we just saw pretty convincing evidence of spiritual power here, Mr. Randi. What do you say to that? And this old man's like, actually, I would contend that it was nothing more than Mr. Magic Man blowing through his nose onto the page as he did the theatrics. And how do you plan to prove this, Mr. Randi? Well, with this bag of packing peanuts, I will lay it around the phone book, and we will see movement in there if there is some sort of blowing action. And this guy gets down, and it doesn't show it in the clip, but for almost 2 hours, this guy squatted down.
2 hours?
He was hoping they would just cancel the show. He would go like,
and nothing's happened, and they're all staring at him like, we're waiting.
Yeah, they're waiting for him. And in the video and from years ago, when Jim was reacting to this, he had a funny line where he was like, do you think at any moment the magic man is sitting there like, what if I actually can do this? Trying to will that page over. And in the end, the guy just goes to the energy, the problems, it's the circular air in here that's causing it to push down. See? It's just pushing the page right back down, the static electricity. And then he picks up a page and drops it, and it goes the correct way. And he like pulls it back the wrong way. Humiliated, his whole life ruined. He probably had to go, be a forklift operator after that. Yep. But very, very funny clip. Very funny one. James Randi video and Yeah.
Yeah. So if you could haunt me, I'll call James up, and I mean, it'd be worth you dying.
Dude, if I die before James Randi, that's gonna be so embarrassing. How old is this bitch?
He's got it. I think he might be dead.
He is 91.
Holy shit.
And he looks every day of it.
He looked every day of it 40 years ago.
Yeah.
There's no telling.
Yeah. Do you ever do that on like Wikipedia pages where you'll go through and you'll look at the oldest people to have ever lived? And it's like, I think the oldest one's like Jean Calment, some French lady, 122 or so. But hers has come into question. I think this Japanese bitch at like 118, 119 is the current ruler, but who knows? And do you ever think, like, just going through their life, like if someone were to come up to them at the age of 61 and be like, hey, you're halfway there. Do you think they'd be like, oh, there's no way I'm halfway there already? My joints hurt. Like every year from now.
Everyone I love is already dead.
Yeah. Dude, your grandchildren are dying of old age when you're 118.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Your grandchildren are dead.
So they'd be about
probably
40 years younger, which would put them in 178. Yeah.
Isn't there a president
78,
that stores-
not 178.
Okay, Bilbo Baggins.
Oh, God.
No, but I get your point. Yeah. If you're 120, your kids are probably need to be like 95. Their kids need to be like 75 or 80. I mean, let's hope longevity runs in the family, or you're going to a lot of funerals.
For my next Twitch stream, I'm just going to do math in my head for 4 hours. Should be fucking hilarious.
Just do math.
So like 5 or 6 problems.
I'll get 2 or 3 right.